Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 39 in our Oxygen Not Included Redux series. I have just gotten back from vacation. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to record anything, and I don't quite remember what we were doing. So I do know that the last time we were in here, we had finished a whole bunch of achievements, and this is going to take a minute to load up, like it always does, but I know that there's just 2 achievements left for the regular playthrough, the non-DLC achievements. And that is the immovable object achievement and the job suitability achievement. This one, we just need to get to a planetoid that has meteors coming in regularly and block them. That one's not hard. This one, I think, is going to be more of a challenge, and I'm still trying to think about how I'm going to do it. I need to make it so that there are enough jobs that every duplicant will leave the colony at least once a day in an exosuit to go get things done. Have them do it one chore while wearing an exosuit. I guess I could also just equip them in exosuits and make them and put them on, and they'll have to take it off to breathe when they're in an oxygen environment, but not allow them to take them off. That can be a way to cheese it. But the difficult part of that achievement is, let's go down here to our house. In this section, the main colony, we have 17 duplicates. And so having 17 tasks for them to go do is difficult. But I also don't want to keep 17 duplicates in here. I want to get some of these colonies set up to actually use colonies. The Mumial colony, I didn't really... After we got the tame done, I wasn't really going to do anything with these guys. So there's not much for me to do over here. I might eventually try to do something, but it would be kind of hard because there's nothing here that's going to provide me with a way to make oxygen long term. I'd have to ship stuff over, which I could do. But some of the other colonies have different things on them. Like this one has slime and it has algae, so I could use that to make oxygen. And I'm sure that there are other geysers and stuff on here. And there are other things to do on them. And so I want to get all of them to be like Gorgani, where there is 8 or less duplicates here. Because that would be a lot easier to make sure people are out doing their things, because there's only 8 of them, and then I can definitely have 8 tasks. Frankly, if I keep it to 25 duplicates and I spread them across all 8, that means it would be 3 to 4 on each section, and then that would be very easy to do. I could also keep them in a suit inside the spaceships while they're traveling. A lot of different options, but I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to pick one of these colonies and get set up to go to it. But that means finishing up our rockets up here so that we have more rockets to go do the things with. Because right now, let's take a look at our rockets. This one, we're still working on building. So let's go back. This one is the Hope 6. This one we haven't even started building the interior, because I was just doing one at a time. This one, what's the interior look like? Same thing. This one, same thing. And then this one should be the R1. Is this R1 that's ready? Yeah, this is the one that's good to go. So I could send somebody in this rocket over. Let's go back out to here. This rocket is the one that is set up for landing on planetoids that we've never been to. We have the Trailblazer module. What was I doing? I think I was working on setting up an oxygen system. Yeah, that's right. I've been working on getting oxygen in here taken care of. Because the pressure in here, is the pressure still too high? Trying to remember some things. Yeah, so I have 170 kilograms of oxygen. The idea was we would put in oxygen in here. And do I have any piping? I don't remember how this works now. Oh, that we were, yeah, okay, now I remember. Let's go in and look at this. So because we have that attached, let's pause this. This is pumping gas out of the room. It goes up here. It filters around. Right now the oxygen goes around. It goes here. We have a gas intake and a gas output. And so the gas goes... Okay, so gas starts here. It goes around. It gets non-oxygen items get pumped out. Oxygen goes through here, which gets routed this way, which goes into the gas intake, which goes into storage in the rocket, which is where it's currently going now. It's emptying oxygen into there. And then we were going to have oxygen come out this way to get vented into this ship by coming out from here to go to here. So basically it comes here, it goes down, it jumps across, it goes this way, it goes up, and then it comes out here. Why was I having it go all the way around like that? I don't remember. Oh, because I needed to fill up this. So right now it's pulling oxygen out of the tank and it's keeping this filled. And then the excess is coming here and it's getting sent out. But it can't come out because the gas vent's over pressure. That's perfect. So we're slowly filling the system back up using this, and oxygen is coming from... What do we have here? This is steel. This is glass. I think right now we just have a ton of oxygen in it. The idea was we were going to do a line that brings oxygen in this way. Yeah, so that's perfect. So that line of oxygen brings oxygen in. Let's look at the interior. And the oxygen coming in also comes in from here. It starts here, it goes up here, it goes through here, and it pumps into the tank. But we're not pumping into the tank from the colony yet because I wanted to empty all the oxygen out from inside here. That's where we're at. Got it. Okay, so yeah, we store oxygen in that gas tank on the exterior, and it all comes in here. So we're not using oxalate to do oxygen anymore in this ship. That makes sense. And the idea is then we'll have a large storage of oxygen. We can use that in here when we send this rocket, and we'll be all good. Issue is I don't know. I don't think I've thought about how I'm going to handle doing it with these other rockets, but I haven't gotten that far because I need to have these cartographic modules. I need to have... I guess I could probably use a small gas container. Let's see, if I build in a gas container... Where is it at? So the small gas container, gas cargo canister, it is 3 blocks tall, which means in order to get it into here... oh, well, if I'm doing the cartographic module, I could switch this to a basic nose cone, which is 2 instead of 4. That gives me 2, and I can take off a solar panel. That'll give me enough space to put the oxygen. So, in fact, let's do that. And we'll take one of these off. And then we'll try to get that put in there so that we can have everything set up. I wanna be able to have another rocket working that has the ability to go and do some exploration. So is this the one that I'm working on building? Yes. So this one is gonna be a drilling rocket. So I need the cargo bay to do it. I need the drill. I only have one space. I need to get 2 more. I could take off 1 solar panel. I guess I could change this to a smaller cargo bay, so let's do that too. And we'll get this one set up so that it also has oxygen storage, and this can match this one, so we can start getting everything working fine. Problem is, this one has so much in it that I think that once I get the other one done, I may end up having this... Why are you sleeping on the floor? He can leave, but he's not. It's odd. Did he just pass out there from exhaustion, or what? Or is he stuck in here? Default is to let people out. Garfield has the ability to come in and out. I'll wait and see when he gets up. I thought it would be kind of fun to do an episode like this where I'm just kind of doing a stream of thought so you can see all the things I do, just figuring things out as I go. Usually I spend a lot of time doing this by myself, and then I record little clips of the things that I find interesting. But this is kind of interesting just to see the process I go through to figure it all out. Plus, it's a nice way for me to reorient to what I was doing, because I don't remember. Come on, wake up so I can see what you do. Oh. Of course, you just did it. Where did I said that? So he can come in here. He's going to go to the bathroom. And he's going to eat. So that means he's going to get food out of here, right? He's got to wash his hands first. He's going to get food. And then he should come down to eat at the table. That's good. So next is party line phone. He's going to sit there and do his downtime stuff. Morale's still very high, so we're all good there. And then he's going to use an arcade cabinet? Where the heck do I have an arcade cabinet at? Because I have it back in the base. I don't even remember building that. Let's look at his schedule. Garfield is on schedule 4. His downtime's almost done, so he's going to be going to bed. So that's weird that he was sleeping here, because it was not bedtime yet. So where's he going now? Now it says sleep. So where is he headed? Guess he has a... Oh, it's probably because he has to... Probably has a bed down here because I have it set so that he can't use the bed in the spaceship. Maybe? I don't know. Let's just watch what he does for a little bit longer and see. Just say, yeah, he should be taking that. Weird. He's heading to the base. I don't understand why he's not taking the... Maybe that's not connected. That I'll have to look into too. Problem is by the time he gets there, he's not going to have any time to sleep. That's probably what happened the last time. Okay, so we've solved that problem. That's what happened. By the time he gets back here to go to sleep, his sleep time is over. So let's go here. What I can do... Oh no, it's not this one. He lives inside... Or he's the pilot of this one. So, oops, view interior. So what I can do is let's do grounded. That means this building is turned off, this building is turned off, this building is turned off. So he won't use the stuff up here. That should fix that problem. Okay, so I'm gonna let this stuff that I have construction going on get finished. Which one was I working on? So this is the next one I'm doing as far as the drill cone. So what I need to build is above this, I need to build a small cargo bay and a small gas cargo canister. That should fill it up. And that'll mean I'll have the gas cargo canister to store oxygen. It won't store as much, but it'll store some. This will store the cargo that I'm mining, and I can use this rocket to go out and mine. This rocket is the one that I was making more construction. Oh, it canceled the deconstruction of the drill cone because it deconstructed the solar panel. That was my fault. So we'll let that go. Let's let all this construction get done, and then we'll finish up a few more rockets and start getting some more spaceflight going on. Covered a slight problem. Not necessarily a design problem, but it's an implementation problem. What happened is I'm bringing in and building all these things. I started bringing oxygen in from the base to start filling up the gas canister on this rocket. This right here, the gas output fitting, produces heat. It's not a huge amount of heat. I can handle it. I can cool it off. But because I started pumping oxygen in before I had finished all the gas piping, it was building up heat and releasing it into a very tiny bit of carbon dioxide that was in this room. And so the heat was building up really fast because it had nowhere to go. Now I'm pumping in oxygen at 35 degrees, and so the room is evening out. But when I build this again, before I release the oxygen to come in and have it coming, basically it was going into the gas canister and then it was coming back out, and this was producing heat. I need to make sure that I have that gas piping finished next time before I do that. So I learned. I also changed this up, at least for now, so that the oxygen comes down, and instead of it hitting the atmosphere dock first, it divides it half and half. And so that way I'll still have oxygen coming in. I think I'm probably going to change that on all of them, but we're going to let it go and see. But this one is almost finished being built. Couple more things to do. I had to pull out some of these tiles and put in some temporary ladders in order to reach some things that get built. This one still says unreachable. I think I need to cancel this cot so I can put in a ladder over here. Again, it's not a design issue, it's more of an implementation issue. These are supposed to have metal tiles there. If they're there, I can't reach up and build these, so I have to build this stuff first. I think I probably could reach that if this tile was in place. Let's do that first and see, because that might help me in the later design, because then I can leave the cot there. And if that's the case, we'll see. But once we have this built, we can start fueling this up. This is our rocket on the end here, the spaceship LV. And it is the one where I put on a drill cone, 2 solar panels, a battery. It has a gas cargo canister, which we're going to fill up with oxygen. It'll hold 3,600 kilograms of oxygen. And it can store 12,000 kilograms, which is not quite enough to go through an entire drill head, but that's okay. Not a big deal. We'll have to make more trips, and I don't care. but we'll keep finishing this one, and then we'll get this one set up. And I'd like to get it back launching so that we can start another mission into space before we're done with this episode. The other rockets I'll probably work on in between episodes, get them all done so we can get our space flight back going. So the answer to our question is that yes, if this carpeted tile is in place, the duplicate can reach up here to get to the piping above, which means I can leave, actually it's under furniture, I can leave the cot in place. I don't have to deconstruct it. I don't have to put a ladder in. I just have to not put in this metal tile here until this is finished, which is fine. That's high priority, and then we'll put the metal tile in. We need to put the metal tiles over here back in. And I think I discussed this before, but these are all made out of lead, and they're specifically there because they are blocking incoming radiation. So having those there, even though it takes up some of the space inside here, means that our dupes, when they're in here, are not getting high levels of radiation from space, so that they are much, much safer. I have finished all the construction inside our new rocket. I haven't finished supplying it, but I wanted to show you, I now have water flowing through. Actually, it's stalled. I'll have to look and see what's going on with that. But I have oxygen going through, so that's doing okay. I have the temperature is something I need to handle, but the water going through should fix that once I get that sorted. I'm trying to redesign the pipes out here. And so what I want is I want the water to come in, I want it to go in here, and then if this is full, I want it to go here. So I want it to prioritize this, and then go to here, which is, it's doing, but I think because water's coming from here, it's not allowing any water out of the rocket, which is not what I want. So I need to figure out how I want to change that up. I need to set up a priority system so that it prioritizes the water coming out of here instead of the water coming from this line. So I probably need to do it with some bridges, but its space is tight here. I'm going to have to redesign this section, but I'm going to let this get filled up. I'm going to have to go through and set these, and we'll get this filled and ready to go for the next episode. And then in between episodes, I'm going to work on finishing this pipe design so that I can have the water flowing. The idea is that I want to have this water flow in. I want it to put water inside here and then water to come out immediately and fill this line. But I want it to be set up in such a way so that when the rocket's not here, it still flows. That way I still have water flowing to the other rockets. So I was trying to experiment with that. I have it working, but like I said, that means now water goes into the rocket and then it sits there. And since I wanted to use it as a cooling loop, that's not going to work. So I'll have to change some of the piping around, but we'll get that figured out. And then all we have to do is copy the interior of this rocket to all the other ones and then get them built to be correct. Yeah, see, we're having an issue down here because it's looping back in. It's not coming out. So for now, let's just cut this line. Yeah, we'll have to do some finagling with the pipelines. I knew that they weren't going to work the way I wanted them to, but for now, it's now working. Water's flowing through. We have cold water going into the rockets. Again, it's not going in and staying in here to cool this down because it's not letting any more out. I'll have to figure that out. But we will get it figured out. And we'll have all of our rockets set up, and we'll start back into space in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.